Welcome back, mathematicians. Today we are going to learn how to solve inequalities. We've learned how to write them and how to graph them, but now we are going to learn how to solve them. The good news is it is very similar to the steps that we solve equations. We're going to start by watching a video and then we will take notes in our math notebooks. So just watch the video, follow along with her, and then we will take step-by-step notes in our math notebooks.
Is x equals 3 a solution to the given inequality? Well, remember, a solution to an inequality is a value that when we plug it into the inequality and simplify, gives us a true statement. So, to check and see if x equals 3 is a solution to our inequality, we need to do exactly that. Plug it in and simplify and see if we get a true statement. Now, to help us do this, let's first identify the variable we'll be working with. Well, we're working with x. Taking a look at our inequality, x is right here in our inequality. Great. Now, we need to rewrite our inequality, but we need to substitute in our value for x. That means that we need to rewrite our inequality, but anytime we see x, we write what x is equal to. Here, we're testing if x is equal to 3. So, let's rewrite our inequality. Here we have 4 times x. So instead of writing x, we write 3. Now we have 4 times 3. And we write the rest of our inequality. Plus 2 is less than 10. Great. Now to see if x equals 3 is a solution to our inequality, we need to simplify this and see if it's a true statement. If it is, 3 is a solution to the inequality. Now to simplify, we want to follow the order of operations. We need to simplify this left-hand side. And in the order of operations, multiplication comes before addition. So we need to multiply first. 4 times 3 is 12. Now we can add. 12 plus 2 is 14. And we get that 14 is less than 10. Now that we've fully simplified, we need to take a look at what we got. From that, we can figure out if x equals 3 is a solution to the inequality. If this is a true statement, 3 is a solution. If this is a false statement, 3 is not a solution. Well, is 14 less than 10? No, it's not. 14 is not less than 10. It's bigger than 10. This is a false statement. So that means that no, x equals 3 is not a solution to the given inequality. Here, we took the value x equals 3 and plugged it into our inequality. Then we simplified and got a false statement. That means that x equals 3 is not a solution to this inequality.
Now, please turn in your math notebooks to your table of contents and add the descriptor solving inequalities, and you can put whatever page is next for you. Now that we saw how to solve inequalities, let's go ahead and take notes step by step in our math notebooks so that when we are doing these at home or with our shoulder partner, we will have a resource to use. Please do not forget to get out your math notebooks to use as a resource to show you what steps you should be doing if you happen to get stuck on your homework. We're going to use the same inequality that they started out with. We're going to use, is x equals 3 a solution to the problem 4x plus 2 is less than 10? Please write all of this in your math notebooks now. To check inequality solutions, you need to plug the solution into the problem and simplify. So step 1, you find a variable. Find which variable we are working with. In this case, it is the x. Remember, you can push pause at any time if you need more time to write down these notes. After we know what variable we're working with, we need to plug in the solution they are asking us about plug in the possible solution. So wherever you see the variable, you're going to replace it with the number we are testing. So for x plus 2 is less than 10, we replace x with 3 because that was our original question. Is 3 a solution. So that's where we get the 3 for here. After we have the numbers plugged in, we simplify using the order of operations. Remember, you must complete all parentheses first, then find the value of all exponents, multiply or divide left to right, add or subtract left to right. Thou shalt not add or subtract until all multiplication and division is complete. Continue to practice this step. I have a helper with me today, Owen, who is working the arrow, so try to ignore that best you can. All right, once I have 4 times 3 plus 2, I do 4 times 3 first to get 12. Rewrite the problem. Plus 2 less than 10. 12 plus 2 is 14. Less than 10. 14 is less than 10. Well, step 4, if the simplified answer makes a true statement, then the number we were testing is a solution. If the answer makes a false statement, then it is not a solution. So in this case, since 14 is not less than 10, 3 cannot be a solution. So because 14 is greater than 10 and the statement 14 is less than 10 is not true, it is not a solution. Now we're going to try this problem. We are going to determine which of these numbers is a solution of this inequality. So we have 32 minus n is less than or equal to 17. So first we need to check if 13 is a solution to this inequality. So step 1, I look for my variable. Here's n. Then I replace the possible solution any place that I see the n. So now I see it as 32 minus 13, which I'm going to need that answer to be greater than or less than or equal to 17. I like to do my subtraction up and down, so I just rewrote it this way. I have 12 minus 3 is, what is that? Well, 13 minus 3 would be 10, so this must be 9. 2 minus 1 is 1. 19 is less than or equal to 17. That is not true, so 19 cannot be a solution. So now let's try 14. Go ahead and replace n with 14 and see if it is a solution or not. Okay, now you should have done 32 minus 14 because we replaced where the n was. And we need that to be less than or equal to 17. So in this case, we got to borrow here. 12 minus 4 is going to be 8. 2 minus 1 is 1. 18 is less than or equal to 17. That is not accurate, so that is not a solution. So now we will move on to testing 15. Go ahead and replace the variable with 15 and see if it is a solution for this inequality. You should have done 32 minus 15. See if it's less than or equal to 17. 12 minus 5 is going to give us 7. 2 minus 1 is 1. 17 is indeed equal to 17, so this one is a solution. So we would say that 15 is the answer to this problem here. Sorry, wasn't up on the screen. So we have 32 minus n less than or equal to 17. One possible solution to that inequality is 15. We are done with our notes for today. Hopefully, you are now prepared to solve or check solutions for inequalities.